Welcome, Gibson, to Climate Action Live.
Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm very well, Gibson. It's lovely to see you again. So the first question I wanted to ask you, Gibson, you're the founder and chief technical officer of WAGA. Could you tell us about your latest work and your mission?
Thank you so much, Jeremy. At WAGA, what we exactly do, we create battery solutions to help people in rural communities access clean and affordable energy by lighting their homes and charge mobile phones. And all these are made from recycled laptop batteries and the batteries from electric bicycles. And our recent works, we have been looking at the rural communities in Tanzania. In the southern part of Tanzania, there's Kilolo, and there's in the northern part of Tanzania in Arusha, where we have been providing them with power packs, the battery packs that help them to light up their homes. And most of the communities that we are providing them with are the communities who are doing agriculture. So most of the times, the months when they harvest is when they have the money to purchase the battery packs. Then the impact has been huge because we have families where there are girls and boys who study. So these power packs help them to do their homeworks, help them to study during the night, something which in the previous time they were doing using kerosene lamps. So right now, at least they can use clean energy solutions, but which can also help them perform better in the exams. But at the same time, we've been helping them with security, because in most of the societies, there are wild animals that go to the house ponds because it is dark. So them accessing the light from WAGA is helping them to stay away from wild animals, which makes them safe too.
Thank you, Gibson, for that. So it's June 2024. What's your assessment of the current situation in relation to our journey of protecting our planet and its people?
Most of the times in the beginning, when we were starting to strategize and putting the plans together on how we can protect the planet and the people, most of the plans were seemingly unpractical, were more of theoretical. People thought that these things can't be achieved. But right now, observing, it has been a huge movement covering a wide range of young people, old people, even in schools, because it has started from the grassroots. Now, girls are studying STEM subjects, and boys are also doing practicals, specifically to solve different problems that occur in the environment. And in return, these students are learning on how climate change is affecting the environment. And at the same time, they are learning on how they can come up with the solutions that can solve these climate problems. So as fighting for this global crisis, the impact has been huge. From advocacy, many young people are now advocating to educate the people on how each and every person can be part and parcel of this transition, where it's a responsibility of each and every one of us to act now and think big. So from my observation, speaking specifically in the Tanzanian perspective, young people are working hard towards making sure that this transition is getting to the right direction. But at the same time, even the government and organizations are working hard towards the same mission. So people have been actively participating and actively making sure that each and every movement and each and every plan that is set is coming to a reality. So I can give it high percentage to getting to success.
I want to ask you, Gibson, a phrase, no climate action, no peace. Could you talk to me about what you think when you hear that statement?
Globally, I'm always a person who wants to look at things at a wide angle. So if there is no climate action, and when climate crisis became a global problem, it started affecting everyone. And in the past, we used to see different countries having crisis, having war, fighting against each other or against different sides. But right now, it has become a global crisis where the climate change is affecting everyone. So it has become a war that is affecting each and every country, whether it's a high-income country, low-income, or mid, everyone is affected. So this is a war. So when we say there is no peace, purely yes. So that means when I look at it, if we don't act now toward fighting the changes that are occurring in our environment, in the future years, even currently, if we just wait even for a few months or years, we will be in a global crisis where we will have no peace. Because when climate change affects a wide range of specific things. For example, when there is no rain, those who are doing agriculture, they can't do that anymore. And those who do livestock keeping, the animals will start dying. And those who maybe do agriculture, these plants will also die. So at the same time, if we do not have food, at the end of the day, we will also die. So at the end of the day, we will have no peace. That is why, as now we are transitioning to fighting against climate change, it's important to understand that our peace is on our hands. So if we do not fight against it right now, then later it will become a global crisis that we can't fight against it anymore.
Thank you, Gibson. In relation to what you've said and the global crisis that's unfolding, do you think that we have the ability to unite and stand together as one to protect our planet and each other?
Yes, absolutely. You know why? If you go to different places around the world, we face almost similar problems, but in different forms. What does that imply? That means we have to create a solution that can be adapted in different environments, in different places, in different communities. And for example, if you look at like the e-mobility right now, we are now transitioning to electric cars. But if you look at African countries, there are countries where there is no electricity. So how do we adapt the same transitioning to e-mobility in low-income communities? Is at the same time, if there is no electricity from the grid, then it is the time to utilize technology to put solar panels so that even the countries where there is no electricity from the grid, they can charge the mobile or the electric cars using the solar panels. So what does that imply? That implies that at the end of the day, it's a global crisis. It's very important that each and every individual takes it as an individual responsibility to fight against climate change at an individual level, at a family level. What does that imply? I practice well and fight against climate change in my family in Tanzania. Then the neighboring family will also do the same. Then the region will also do the same. Then the entire country will also do the same. Then the entire continent, the African continent, will also do the same. Then it will also imply each and every person in every continent doing the same. At the end of the day, the entire globe will be acting and fighting against this problem. Then that is the only way we can win against this war.
Gibson, I'm a huge fan of your work and I love following you on social media. It's absolutely inspirational, what you're doing. And so if people would like to support your work, how would they best go about doing that?
Thank you so much. So as right now we are providing clean energy solutions to African communities, we are looking for a support that can help us increase the capability to process more batteries, to produce more battery packs. So we are looking support in terms of funding. That's number one. Then number two, we are looking support in terms of network. I know there are different organizations all around the world that are supporting clean energy solutions. So if they support our company, then in return, they will be supporting the communities in Tanzania and in Africa where they have no access to clean electricity. That at the end of the day, these people can be able to access that. And lastly, we are looking support from different manufacturers. So right now, we want to increase our capability to produce our battery packs in mass production. We are looking towards establishing the factory where we can build the batteries in-house here in Tanzania. In Dodoma, in Tanzania, the capital city, we have lithium mines where there's high quantity of lithium that can be mined to make the batteries. We are looking towards different stakeholders who can come together, and we have the support from our government in Tanzania, where we can establish a huge processing plant to manufacture our own batteries in Tanzania, which will lower the cost of batteries to the people in Tanzania, in Africa, and all low-income communities. So anyone who can support us in terms of funding, network, or knowledge, or investment, we are ready to bring you in. And as climate crisis is a global problem that needs me and you to fight against it, so why not join us to fight against this global crisis? You're most welcome.
Gibson, the founder of Waga, thank you for joining Climate Action Live. Good luck.
Thank you so much, Jeremy, and thank you and have a great time.